Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Belvussel's Tabletop News with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
We're back with another Tabletop Spotlight.
Brought something very exciting for you.
Yes, you did.
Yes. So, fans of Betrayal at House on the Hill are getting something fresh, and that's Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. This is the same mechanic of Betrayal at House on the Hill, but Dungeons and Dragons themed.
I love it.
So, if you are also a Dungeons and Dragons fan, this is the game for you.
Yeah,
yeah. You are exploring Baldur's Gate, I should say.
Famous from the games,
yes.
Multiple PC games,
yeah.
And of course as a setting, Waterdeep, all that fun stuff. So.
And as the game progresses, you're going to explore, lay down tiles. It's going to be building a different map every single time. However, at some point, someone in your team is going to betray you and your other teammates, and you have to survive. So that's the basic premise of it.
Yeah. So it's taking the Baldur's Gate theme
and putting on Betrayal at House on the Hill. Yeah.
Which is
totally new scenarios and pieces, everything like that. So it's exciting.
I'm excited about this one, man. I love both of those things. Like, it sounds like an awesome mashup. So let's take a look inside Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
This guy looks pretty friendly.
Yeah, I would shake his hand.
That's just that's
not even
you
his
put some
blood.
Jam on a toast. That's all it
not
is.
Even blood.
It's jam.
Yeah, it's Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. Oh man, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very familiar for the people who have played Betrayal at House on the Hill. There's same components. The big difference is going to be the tiles themselves.
It's D&D themed.
Yeah, D&D themed, the theme, and also the story or the scenarios, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
So let's just.
And I'm guessing there's going to be more than a few scenarios in this.
Oh yeah.
Based on what we're looking at here.
All right, so Betrayal at House on the Hill, there was a first level, second level, and basement level. This one is based off of a city.
Okay.
I'm gonna open this up. If you want to keep going, yeah.
So real fast, if you haven't played Betrayal at House on the Hill, you've got a horror, the rule book, and then also the scenario book.
Yeah.
And we've also got a Do Not Read Traitor's Tomb. That's what you read when you find out the traitor. So this one's going to tell you how the basic core mechanics go. We'll go through this one here in a bit. Set that aside. This is the Secrets of Survival. This is a scenario book, and you're going to see. We're not going to show them all off, but there's 50 haunts.
I think there's going to be 50.
50 haunts.
Yeah.
So it's 50 haunts there.
Haunts,
We are not going to go through this.
Well, so what happens is your team is exploring the city in this game.
You're basically going to pick a haunt.
Yeah.
To explore the city.
Well, you're gonna explore the city, and then through scenarios from exploring the city, then you find out what the haunt is. Someone's going to betray your party, and then through the situation, like this person landed on this tile and had this happen, do scenario 50 or like 49 or something like that. The person who is the traitor will read scenario 49 from this book. The people who are not the betrayers are going to read this scenario.
But how do you find out who the betrayer is?
It's through the scenario. I mean, so it depends on how many omens there are. We'll get into the rulebook for that aspect.
But I was just going to say, we just for spoilers, we're not going to cover these two books.
No, these are important because you want to keep it fresh every single time. At least as much as you want. So.
But that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go through these tiles. So these tiles are what you're going to be exploring. You'll go like certain directions off the tiles. Now, unlike the house from Betrayal at House on the Hill, this is the city. You have the catacombs, the streets, and buildings. And that's what you're going to be exploring. Think of it as different levels. When you're in the catacombs, you're going to flip over more catacombs when you're exploring that, and so on and so forth, the building. Some tiles will be like a tunnel that leads to the catacombs. You'll start a new tile, I guess, layout for those catacombs. So the map is totally different every single time with these unique tiles. Each one has different scenarios or events that happen on them.
Okay, cool.
And you can draw cards based off of them. So that's kind of the basic layout of the map. Let's go ahead and...
There's quite a few of those tiles.
Oh, yeah. I think actually these are the starting tiles because it's one tile together. Yeah. So, all right. Now you have characters.
You gotta
gotta have characters. There is Grim Grusk Mugtug. He is a half-orc paladin, age 60. You have 4 different, I guess, stats: speed, might, sanity, and knowledge. They play into the game.
Which, again, should be very, very familiar.
Oh, yeah, for Betrayal on House on the Hill. Yeah, definitely. Then we have also Gretchen Titchwillow. She's a halfling druid, age 112, and Ravio
Escanor.
Human sorcerer, age 75. They all have their different stats, but they're also double-sided, so different character on each side. Same class, but different character on each side.
Okay.
And I think there should be, there's 3 more characters I want to show off. Boom. We have Torskar Stone Cleaver. He's a dwarf, barbarian, age 130.
That's what I'm talking about.
Azadea Rashka, human monk, age 42. I'm going to let you pronounce this one.
Avrixis
Miserum, a drow ranger, age 436. What?
Looking good for that age, I'm just saying.
So, like, you know, again, it's different each side. So you have good options to pick from.
It looks like they have slightly different special abilities too from the.
This
is a bard now.
Bard inspiration. So just like character classes in D&D have skills, these guys are gonna have skills.
And then
as well.
also, just real fast, there's all these different tokens and things like that.
Yes.
These are different enemies you might run into.
Yeah, these are tokens that you'll place on the map. Sometimes you'll draw a card and say this room has a foul stench, and you'll place this card on there. And
Yellow
every
mold
time,
is bad, by the way. That's not a good
definitely.
thing. Yeah,
I think most molds
it's true.
are bad.
I mean,
it's dependent. I mean,
Yeah.
more punch outs for you guys.
Let me just say, yellow mold does not turn into penicillin.
That's what I was thinking. Like, isn't penicillin from mold? Anyway, that's
we've got some character.
These
models.
are pre-painted too. That's
pre-painted.
pretty cool.
It looks very similar to the pre-paints you might get from the other D&D models.
Yeah, I don't remember if Betrayal at House Hill they didn't have pre-painted.
No,
so that's a cool touch.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard for them too because they already have, like you said, a line of pre-painted minis. So
they just put them in, and those all match the characters, obviously.
Yes.
So that's pretty nice.
Dice. These are going to be having
D3.
1 or 2 pips. With some blank spots. So there's 2 blank spots, 2 spots, and 2 1 spots. That has to do with finding out whether or not the haunting starts and whatnot.
Okay.
These go on the side of your character.
To keep you. Oh yeah, you keep
it tracks your. Yeah,
okay.
they're just little.
And then we got the event deck.
Well,
which triggers.
There's 3 decks in there.
You want to
there's
open that
the
one?
event deck. Yeah,
I'll keep going here.
Yeah.
We've got the vacuum form thing as well, which makes it very easy to pick up and put away when we're done. And obviously, we like to look at the bottom and make sure there's nothing else included.
It's a well-organized game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I almost got this.
You can see how the character punch outs are going to fit in there too. They've got that weird shape so that you can put all the character cards back. Obviously, the deck cards are going to go there.
Yes.
Dice and stuff. Other tiles will go. It's very nice for cleanup as well.
All right, so there's technically 4 things you get in that deck we saw. We have the item deck, pretty self-explanatory. There's items that will help you or hurt you along the way.
Or you step on caltrips.
But like again, they're D&D themed, so chainmail, cloak of the bat, crossbow, things like that. So you have a lot of items.
Yeah.
You have events, and these are drawn whenever you land in a room that has this symbol. Yeah. So these are just things that happen. I'm not going to flip through all of them because I don't want to spoil them. But they're usually things where you have to roll to see a check, like a flump appears, and you have to roll to see if you check, and it's based off of your other stats. So you roll, and then you add that to your stat.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
That's why stats are very important. You have the events. You have your quick guide for the players, which I'm having trouble picking up.
It's 3 to 6 players, I believe. So you're gonna have.
So this is front back, tells you what you can do during your turn, stuff like that, how the game. Quick reference, basically. And last but not least, you have the omens. This is kind of the backbone of the game. Omens are pretty bad. You get them if you land into a spot that has the bird symbol, like that one right there.
But sometimes you have to get an omen to.
Yes. Now, omens also determine when the haunting happens. So every time you draw an omen, you're going to roll dice. I think it's 6 dice maybe you roll. It might be different in this game. And if the number of pips are less than the number of omens you guys have gotten, then the haunting happens. And you find out which haunting it is based off of the omen, where the person was, like what room, and based off that. So omens are kind of like events too. They're just like little things that happen along the way. But they help determine what the haunting is. You want to bring out the rule book?
Yeah, let's go ahead and flip through that. I'm going to go move this off to the sides real fast.
Sure.
So here's the rule book.
It's really not a complicated game.
No,
at all. Yeah.
The real complexity comes in with the player interactions between each other, and of course, I don't want to say deciphering the omens, but
no.
Once you've done it once, it kind of it makes a lot more sense. So.
The objective of the game, it's totally based on the scenario. So what you're doing first is you're exploring, and then whenever the scenario happens, that's when the objective of the game has. It's not like a points or anything like that. Usually it's like survive until this certain amount, or kill the traitor.
Or take out the traitor.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the big changes if you're familiar with House Betrayal.
So there's a new haunt roll. When you make a haunt roll, dice equal to the number of omen cards already revealed. If you roll a 6 or higher, the haunt is triggered. A new way to determine first player. Everyone takes a player aid card at the start of the game. Whoever has the card with the lowest number goes first. That's not a huge difference. Adventurers, instead of explorers, this game has adventurers. Adventurers have a unique adventure power, which we saw. It's the little buildings like the bardic inspiration and stuff like that. They can be used throughout the game. And then city levels. Instead of 3 floors, which we talked about in the house, the city of Baldur's Gate has 2 levels, city and catacombs. The city level includes building tiles and street tiles. So that's why the starting tiles were only 2. Because you build off of that. Yeah. Oh, that's very cool.
Just a quick rundown of the components. We're not going to go through all that.
Yeah.
This talks about on your turn the things you can do, moving, things like that, discovering, using items, attempting to trigger effects, things like that. Discovering new tiles. Again, you're pretty much going to randomize stuff.
Oh,
so you're going to have a stack of tiles that will be the street level, a stack of tiles that will be a catacomb level, and a stack of tiles that are basically a building level.
Yeah.
And as you're moving around, you're going to be choosing which tiles you're getting and revealing and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're building your own map. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll trigger stuff. So.
Yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, this goes over more of it, just the city tiles and stuff like that. We explained pretty much the basics of everything. This is going to go to more detail, just the cards, the difference in the cards, the haunts. So the haunt roll is the basic premise of the game. Once you have found an omen, you make a roll every single time, and if it is more, or if it's less than the number of omens you have, the haunt happens, or 6+. There are optional rules for finding out if the haunt happens.
And I want to say too, the haunts. We're gonna spoil one.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, for example, this is the Berserker Axe. When you move onto a room with a haunt omen. Sorry.
Yeah.
An omen icon.
Like
that's what I was trying to say. You would draw this from the deck. Like, boom, I found it. Okay, cool. Whoever discovers it gets this thing.
Yeah.
It actually gives you a benefit. So you roll 2 additional attack die, which is great for might attacks. If you're in a tile with more opponents, you can't leave the tile, so you have to keep attacking. This one can't be dropped or traded, but it can be stolen. But then, at the majority of the bottom of the omen tiles, you're going to make a haunt roll. And then, based on what omens you have...
And the tile you're in,
And the tile you're in. Yeah. There's basically a table. I think it's
should be coming up
here.
Maybe
or it actually might be in the book. Hang on. I'm going to cheat real quick.
Definitely not in here.
It's in one of the books. I know that much. But in one of the books, somewhere around here, it's going to have a chart that's going to tell you how you triggered, or which haunt you actually triggered from here. And then at that point, you flip to that.
And who the traitor is, too.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to flip to this one. You're going to talk about, you're going to read this as a party. There's certain areas that you're going to read. And then that'll trigger your traitor. You're going to hand this to them. The traitor will then have, they'll look up their respective haunt number. Yeah. So if you're doing haunt number 28 here, you look up the traitor haunt in here. The traitor reads that.
Yeah,
so,
and here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically it. How monsters work, stuff like that. Traitor has new powers, but also like the haunt will give the traitor abilities and stuff like that. Sometimes, like for instance, the Betrayal House on the Hill, there's a scenario where the traitor turned into a giant cat, and there were situations about that. So
also there are haunts where there are no traitors.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
okay,
that one's fully cooperative, which just means the game's gonna try to kill you even harder.
Yeah, right. There are NPCs, which was really cool too. Yeah, that's awesome. That's new from Betrayal House on the Hill. That's very cool.
Yeah, and then winning the game, that's going to depend on the haunt.
So, yeah, haunt.
So basically the scenario. So
there's a glossary at the end, goes over everything, card clarification, stuff like that. So Berserker Axe, for instance, we saw earlier, and a notes section. Oh, and a special tile section, credits, and then a notes section. And that's it for the rule book.
Yeah.
It's not too complex.
It's really not that bad.
Has the rules on the game itself. So
yeah. that's everything in the box for Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. I'm pretty pumped about this one.
Yeah, that's a really good
I
game.
love the theme, and I like the mechanics. So
yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Let's hop out for a really quick recap.
Well, that was Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Dude, when are we playing? What's up?
Right now.
We're
Turn off the camera. Let's go.
Kill it. No. This was really fun. I love that saying they had on the back too, never split the party.
Yeah.
Unless someone is the traitor. We have a saying when we play D&D, it's like never split the party or take double damage.
Yeah, right.
But you kind of want that guy to take double damage when the traitor
Sure, yeah.
betray you. So it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it's a great mashup of the two things that I really like. Or two things that I do like. Baldur's Gate and Betrayal.
Yeah.
So cool stuff. Let's crunch some numbers real fast.
Yes.
Obviously, this is from Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, Avalon Hill.
Avalon Hill
made it, yeah, as well.
Work together.
1 hour playtime, and it's 3 to 6 players.
Yep.
And it is, as I look on the side, it's $50. So it's the same price too as Betrayal at House on the Hill, which is nice.
So if you're kind of up in the air, like which one should I get? If you're a D&D fan, come on.
There you go. Yeah, it's really good for both sides. I guess.
Also has that kind of, I mean, it's set in the D&D universe. So
yeah.
Even though you're like, it's got that fantasy kind of vibe of Betrayal too. So like, if you're uncomfortable with Betrayal or for whatever reason, check this one out. It's a little bit more fun, I think. A little bit easier to kind of goof around with. So fun stuff. So is this one brand new?
Brand new, just came out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So go check it out. It's in stores right now. I'm AdamHarry from Bowles.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching.
Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.